we had to. The worst case that could happen was it failed.
Yeah.
And at that point, like, having another failure wasn't really that big of a deal.
Yeah, so I want to unpack that for 1 second because I think so many of the listeners really struggle with this fear of failure. And I think there's something so amazing. Like, you have just walked through a massive, not your fault, but massive failure.
Right.
And you're like, oh, the worst thing that can happen is that I fail again. What do you think that is that gives you, because many people would be like, I am never experiencing this again.
You know, and I definitely had that, I never want to have a business again because I can't do this to my family again. I definitely had that. But on the flip side, what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge thing is a lot of people, I think, are afraid to take that next step because of that, because they're worried about the failure. They're afraid to take the next step because they don't want to fail. But I look at it as, what if you don't? And what do you have to lose? Like, actually, what do you have to lose if you try?
Yeah.
And tangible, like, not just as a concept, but when you sit down and really write everything out. Like, I brought my journal. Like, I bring stuff with me everywhere I go. And what do you actually have to lose? Write it out. Like, I have my pride. I have $100 in the bank and I can't lose it all. Okay, well, $50. You know, write that out, what you have to lose if you take that step. And for me, what I had to lose was the building.
Yeah.
And it was worse what I had to lose than what I had to potentially lose if I didn't try.
Yeah.
And I think that was for me, and that has really been one of the biggest things that has kept propelling me to take that next step, is more along the lines of, what do I have to lose if I don't?
Yeah.
And that has been critical in failures and successes that I've had. And my successes are all people might see, but they only come because of all the failures I've had.
Yes. Preach.